showcase of my Watch Later YouTube library. That's a in-game TV series in the video game Max Payne 1 from the year 2001. I just found that I can sort it manually, so that'll sort of be like a Dewey Decimal System. The comment right here is a reply, video reply to the video that I was just speaking about. Right here, just from context, it appears that that is Aaron of Oxford Education and his first experience with Tropico. It is sort of confusing at the very beginning. I think one of the best quote-unquote characters to enact when making gaming video is just sort of exploring from the first person, exploring the island, just like at the top left of my picture right here. That's the dictator. He sort of just walks around and inspects buildings, and immediately after he leaves the different buildings, the workers start working a lot harder. And in my opinion, that would work for any game, to sort of just pretend to be the creator of the game and stuff like that. So what he says right here, Aaron of Oxford, what you're saying, he said it could be a good game.
I ain't got a clue how to sort this out.
Elections? What elections?
That's the dock.
This side.
As far as imports and exports, and it even brings
ships coming in this way.
new citizens and tourists eventually, when there's a tourism thing. So
you got your field with all your grass and crops and stuff.
Entertain me.
that's a Nirvana quote, if I'm not mistaken. I just read in the news that they had taken
Respect my authority.
some painting of Dante's Inferno and use it for promotional t-shirts, and there's a problem there. So the comment is,
This could be actually be a good game for me, but
that's just
understanding where you put it looks like building things in places like a city. A bit like SimCity, but I don't know.
so in SimCity, this is what I was talking about a few days ago in this video here. Okay, so here's a video I made just messing around with virtual instruments, having it plugged into a computer sound system, hooked up to my keyboard, with different songs, with good bass lines, virtual bass guitar at musica.com/bass guitar. So Industry Giant 2 is a game from 1998, and I think that they purchased from SimCity its city building editor, simply because when the cities are generated according to the terrain and stuff like that, there's a program that creates these entire cities in a matter of seconds. It analyzes the terrain as step one, and step two, it places the buildings and roads and everything in a matter of seconds. And in SimCity, when the game is loading itself, it says it makes fun of that. Like it makes fun of loading screens. It says like it's determining cyberspace, such and such. It's funny things, but it's the only game that I know of, SimCity, that makes fun of loading cities.
Were so great of video games. There were so much features put into them. That was because of people didn't realize how great the other ones, like GTA 3 and stuff, were.
I'm gonna dip on the camera.
All of them. But now that
So for example, in GTA 5, it's a circular map, but that can be made by making a even larger square like this, but then making the land part, the landmass, sort of like a circle. And then in a few seconds I'll show how the cities are spontaneously generated.
But now that people do realize,
Even really highly detailed cities like in GTA 5 and 4, Liberty City and Los Santos, they're spontaneously generated by a program and then sort of edited after that. And I think a lot of people don't understand that this technology was created in the early 1990s.
as that, and that they've made at least $1 trillion on their way to making $10 trillion on one video game called GTA 5.
Estimated, because they've sold
It's
close to
over.
200
And
million
there's no
copies
reason
of
to
just one game.
go in and everything.
And
So the technology, this is from 1990.
GTA 5, just the DVD, has sold more than entire PlayStation 1 total sales before they stopped making it. But that's not including all of the peer-to-peer sales, like when people would sell to GameStop and then GameStop would resell the game. And also all the money that people make on YouTube and Twitch with streaming video games. So it's definitely more than $1 trillion for just one video game like GTA 5.
The technology of generating cities.
Here's the bread and butter. Here's like the real generating stuff. Here's the different variables. This company went out of business now, but after they made this game, they made some other games. I can't think of them right now. Some of them were like World War II games, Second World War games and stuff like that. There's just a few different variables, different types of buildings, and I demonstrate here how they can be generated near instantly.
Here's, I'm going to have mini high buildings.
The largest distinction is that they're not manually placed. They're just completely randomly generated and then sort of edited after the fact. And it depends on the terrain, like what the rivers are and stuff like that.
Size 4, and I'm just going to randomly, spontaneously generate it here. Analyzing the terrain is what it's doing. Generating the city, growing the city, boom, there's the city right there. All the different roads, different buildings.
Each one is different.
Every one of them is going to be different. I can make another one over here. I think size 5 might crash the thing.
It does.
I'm going to try to make one a bit larger over here. Analyze the terrain. This is how stuff like Los Santos from GTA 5 were generated. And before that, I think it's a SimCity technology from 1992 that is sort of rehashed and sold to different video game companies, where you can go in and edit the particular pieces that you want, and you put together the city like Los Santos, and then you can go in the first person and explore it from one character's perspective, like in GTA.
So that's what I was saying about the character of the dictator in Tropico. Just browses around the island. I think that would work with any game, just sort of exploring the map and stuff. Okay, so I think I hit all the points I wanted to. The last point that I make in this video is if games release map editors in modern times now, this was the late 90s when they had this. Games used to have map editors, and you could add, you could code programs into the game and stuff. They don't do that anymore because everyone would sort of, instead of there being millions of people that just sort of get to know one city like Los Santos or whatever other places there are in other games, everyone would sort of be off in their own world because they would want to, first of all, I don't think there'd be a lot of people who would be good at crafting cities and civil engineering in the first place, but anyways, I just don't know if like in GTA 6 they're gonna release a map editor like this. I hope they would. It's really fun to make like a hometown or places you wanted to go just from studying on Google Maps and stuff like that and trying to recreate it. But that's all for now.